Hawke. I'm the Library Services Manager, and it's my pleasure to welcome everyone here this evening to the opening of Rogues Gallery. I can honestly say that of all the collections in the Reed collection, in our special collections, our Dickens collection is one that has intrigued me, the characters, and when I heard that we were having an exhibition on this collection, I couldn't wait for it to happen. Anthony Tedeschi, our Reed Rare Books librarian who's curated this exhibition, has written an excellent summary, if you like, or enticement to people to come and have a look at this exhibition in the latest issue of our magazine MD. So if you haven't read that yet, I'd encourage you to get a copy, but hopefully it will have people surging up the steps wanting to have a look at this exhibition. I'd like to acknowledge Councillor Paul Hudson, Chair of the Council's Community Development Committee, and welcome everyone, distinguished guests and friends of the library staff. I'd especially like to welcome Dr. Wendy Parkins, who's a senior lecturer in the English department at the University of Otago, and Wendy will be speaking to us a little bit later on, and also especially welcome David Corvallis. David will be providing us with a reading from Dickens' work, and likewise I can't wait for that as well, so we look forward to that. Before I introduce Wendy, I'd really like to thank some of the people who have contributed to this exhibition. I've mentioned Anthony Tedeschi. Anthony is the curator and has done yet again another excellent job with this collection. The mounts, the presentation and the preservation of the items in the collection are always carefully looked after by our bindery staff, and particularly Jane Rowden on this occasion. Jane has taken responsibility for preparing all of the mounts for this exhibition. So again, they've done a really excellent job looking after the items and presenting them in a lovely way. So I'd like to acknowledge Jane and Kathleen McCarthy and all the bindery team. I'd also like to acknowledge Annalise Douglas. Annalise always manages to come up with yet another creative and interesting and different way of presenting the graphic design for the exhibition, and she's done it yet again. So I think she's done a cracker of a job. So I acknowledge Annalise in that. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Wendy Parkins. As I mentioned, Wendy is a senior lecturer at the University of Otago, but Wendy has also graduated with a PhD from Murdoch University in Western Australia, and her research interests are in the Victorian novel, gender and sexuality in British literature and culture, and women's writings and cultural studies. Wendy has two published works. One is Slow Living, which was co-authored with Geoffrey Craig, published in 2006, and most recently published in 2008. Her title is Mobility and Modernity in Women's Novels. So I think we're really privileged to have those